Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful human beings. How are you all doing today on this awesome Sunday? It's been an early morning, even though it's really not that early that I woke up. But we are here to talk about you, not to talk about me. And as this title says, are you an obsessive person? And if so, that's good news for you as long as you're doing it in the right way. I believe that we are all obsessive when it comes to certain things. So for example, I've become obsessive doing live videos because I decided this is what I want to do. I have my own reasons, I have my whys, I have a vision, I have an understanding of where I want this to go, and I've become obsessive over it. Now there's good obsessions and there are bad obsessions. So if you believe that you are an obsessive person, one of obsession some people have, they might not realize it, is constant worrying about something. Now that actually is good. That means you can focus on something and you can bring it to your mind and you can think and think and think and think about it. Okay, so worrying itself is not necessarily creating the things that you want in your life, but if you simply shift it and start worrying about things that you do want as opposed to the things that you don't want, right? Because what you have in front of you all the time and you're thinking about something all the time, that's exactly what you're going to bring into your life. So just shifting the focus and becoming more obsessed about something that you do want. So thinking of it, because a lot of us think that being an obsessive person is not good, that it's bad, it's unhealthy, but that's not necessarily the truth, right? Like I said, depending on what it is that you're obsessing about. So let's say you want to get a house, right? And it would be perhaps maybe your first house, and you become obsessed with that idea of getting a house. Oh my God, that's disgusting. My dog just had a little bit of peanut butter that ended up on her ears. Her ears are long, okay? And she
spit it off.
And she was just chewing off the fur that she had on her ears. And my dog just brought me this disgusting little blob of fur. Oh my God. Anyways, so we were talking about the house. Mila, I cannot help you right now.
Well, how do you get out of the train?
Not right now. Okay, again, this one is right now is very obsessed and becoming very obsessive with creating her little gacha life videos, and it's a good thing. But when I don't necessarily have the time to help her, and her obsession is trying to migrate onto me, it's so you're gonna be good at it, Mila. You can do it all on your own. With a little bit of guidance, you have YouTube videos, and you keeping that obsession is good.
Fast. It's like
then
so confusing.
I don't know if you can slow down the videos on YouTube.
I don't think you can do it on TV because they aren't touchscreen.
You can pause it. Anyways, so let me get back into the groove here. So when you become obsessed and you want to get a new house, perhaps it's your first house or second house, and you keep thinking about it, you keep focusing on it, and you keep replaying that on it, and you perhaps maybe even bring in the visualization into it as to what kind of house you want, where you want it, how you're going to feel when you have it, how you're going to feel when you're getting it, how you're going to feel when you're living in it, and you're just bringing in all of your senses into this one thing. That, guys, is called an obsession. Okay, and guess what happens when you bring all your senses in and you become obsessed with this idea, with this concept? You bring it to life. It becomes yours. How? Magic. Call it magic. Okay, exactly. It's called magic. You want to learn how to do certain videos, and
like me.
Yeah, you become obsessed about it. You find one thing and then another thing. You learn. Because obsession, what happens when you are obsessed about over an item or a topic or something that you're trying to have in your life or do, you find new lessons, you find new things, and you learn and you learn and you learn and you apply. And guess what? When you're in that state, you feel good, you feel empowered, you feel motivated, you feel excited, you feel energized.
Oh my goodness.
You feel like you can do anything and everything. And when you obsess about the lack of things in your life, it does the opposite. So being an obsessive individual, which, like I mentioned in the beginning, is, I believe, all of us. I know I am for sure. And in those days where the down days, we all have those down days. And I start to obsess over the bad feeling and focusing on that. I remind myself, this is not what I want. So why am I obsessing over something that I do not want? And then it's like, okay, then what do I want? What do I want instead of that? Right? Because it is a choice, even if it doesn't feel like it. It is a choice, and it's sometimes you gotta make a conscious choice, and sometimes we gotta almost feel like we're forcing ourselves to make that choice and take those steps and do what is necessary to help us get to from where we are to where we want to go. But again, being an obsessive person is not a bad thing, and it's not a good thing. It's just a thing. So, right? Does it make sense? But thinking of something as good or bad, again, if you guys have been watching all my videos, this one is like pushing on me. You would know that whatever happens, it's not good and it's not bad. And putting a label on it creates certain feelings and emotions, and they're not necessarily empowering.
Oh, come on.
But if you choose to create the empowering emotions and feelings and experiences, then you definitely can. Right? It basically becomes it's like habits, right? You can change those habits, and you can rewire yourself. You can rewire your brain. You can create the life that you want to by becoming obsessed with it. Becoming obsessed with what it is that you want, by again bringing in all your senses. If you are in a dark place right now, then find a way of how you can create a very empowering, inspiring vision for yourself. And I guess the word expiring came through for me, for some of you that might be watching and might be in a place where you're in a dark place and you feel like it will be something that you will have one day, and then it will feel like it expires and you can't bring it back, but you can. So this is where, when you bringing all your senses in, you perhaps do however you do things. I like to do things in video. I like to do the voice recording. Sometimes I like to write things out, but bringing in all the senses and writing a story, if you will, of what it is that you do want, and focusing on what you want and how you're going to feel, how you're going to start your morning, how you're going to feel in the morning, what is exciting to you, why you're excited perhaps, and then how your day is going to go and what's going to happen in that time. Bringing in all of the things that you want and putting it into one place, and then keeping that in front of you. And the reason why I would highly encourage you all to do like a voice recording is, first of all, you get to listen to your voice. And I know many people don't like their voice. I certainly did not when I started doing my videos or my voice recordings and all of that stuff. But you will get to learn to love your voice and look forward to hearing it, because what happens is when you hear yourself giving yourself those messages, it feels more real than somebody else telling you that story in their own voice, because it becomes their story, not yours. So when you write that out, whatever it is that you want in your life, and the reason why I suggest in the voice recording of your own voice is that in the morning when you wake up, the first 20 minutes of your morning are the most crucial. This is when you can reprogram your brain and listen to yourself, listen to your story. Every single morning, and then throughout the day, when you might feel like the darkness is creeping back up, re-listen to it until you have reprogrammed that vision in your mind and in your body, until it becomes just something that you are, not something that you're trying to be. Because in the beginning it will feel odd, it will feel uncomfortable, but just trust the process and keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. What's going to happen, like I said, it will become a part of you, and it will become something that you will start looking forward to. And I know some of you be like, oh my God, Yana, I will never be looking forward to listening to my own horrible voice in the morning. That's the worst sound in the whole entire world. It's like nails on the chalkboard. Trust me, it won't be after a while. And reminding yourself that you have a beautiful voice, you have a unique voice. And of course, the way you hear yourself when you speak is different than when you hear yourself on camera or you hear yourself somewhere else. But you will learn to love it. You truly will. Adding humor into a story, into a thought, into anything is
you can do this.
It's like it uplifts my energy and it changes my energy and it elevates me physically, mentally, and emotionally, right? Starting your day off with a smile, right? And some mornings it might be difficult. It might be almost physically painful to force a smile because all you want to do is go back to sleep and cry. But
why?
Forcing yourself to smile.
Who wants to cry?
Shmila. 10-year-olds.
Gee.
Don't mind them. Hopefully, and that's honestly one of my fears, that those don't ever have to go through what I did. Even though I am extremely thankful and grateful for all the tough times that I have gone through, because it has made me into the person that I am. I would not want that unto anyone else. I truly would not. But anyways, waking up in the morning and changing your physiology and smiling and perhaps doing it in front of a mirror, again, that will also feel uncomfortable and odd, and it might bring up a lot of emotions, and definitely there will be resistance. But if you become obsessed with that as well, you will wake up in the morning with a smile and looking forward to that mirror so you can smile at yourself in the mirror. Because smiling at the most important person in the world, the greatest person in the world, which is yourself, is life-changing. That's what I would call it. But anyways, I know I can be a little obsessive as well with sharing my knowledge and wisdom. I know that. And that's one of the things that I do love about myself as well. Not all the time. But again, I also know that, okay, I have my moments, I have my times. Well, why is this downtime here? What is it trying to tell me? What am I supposed to be doing? I'm not listening to something. What is going on? Right? So listening to your body, because your body gives you messages. It gives you signs. And if you ignore them, then your body will become obsessed with giving you those signs and messages and feelings and emotions. And they're not necessarily what you want, but it might be what you need to finally stop and listen. Stop and listen to yourself, to your body, to your mind, and then do something about it. Okay? So that's all I have for you guys for today. It's time to take a role of a mother and a caregiver. go clean and help my husband in the basement. My hair is a mess, which I don't mind. I hope you guys don't either. Anyways, until tomorrow, bye guys, and thanks for watching. I truly appreciate each and every one of you.
I want to be in it tomorrow.
We'll have to see.
Promise?
We'll have to see. If the topic involves you or children of some sort, then yes. Anyways, bye guys. Thanks for watching.
Bye guys.